And we're back. I am back today for another podcast episode. This doesn't really have a name because this isn't really a series. It's just like whenever I want to bring somebody on to talk about something, I just kind of do. So I really enjoyed my last conversation with this individual, so I just decided to just bring her back. So hello, Khumo. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you? It's good to be back.
I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm really busy, but I was like, you know what? I have to make time to talk about this before the year is over. So
We gotta yap it out, you know?
yes, okay. But what have you been? What have you been up to? Like, what have you been doing?
Girl, I've been trying to grow my channel. I disappeared for months because I was just so burnt out, so unmotivated, had nothing to talk about. And one thing that my grandfather used to always say is don't try to fill the silence with nonsense. So know when to shut up. And that is exactly what I was doing. But now I'm back. I'm scripting crazy as ever, and hopefully the content reflects that.
I think so. I think that you have just done so great. I'm so proud of you. You're so amazing. The videos are entertaining. They're high quality. You look good on camera. Like everything
Thank
is just
you.
everything
I
is
do.
just. I really
I
love.
try to put on a little
seeing-
look for you.
Yes, I really love seeing my black gays win. So I love seeing your channel do well.
Period. We need more of us winning. We do.
We really do. We really need more of us winning. Love my white gays, but nah, we need the black gays to win too.
Period.
But speaking of the black gays, what brings us here today? And this is at this point the tea is old, the tea is cold, but I still feel like it's relevant, and I still feel like we can have some interesting discussion about it. The Donnie situation, and for y'all who do not know, back in early October, there was this discourse on Twitter about this creator on TikTok named Donnie, and he is a feminine man who made a TikTok, which I will insert here.
Just had a man pick me up for a date. He asked me if I was a man in the car. I said yes. This man turns around and takes me back home. Now, this is a very prime example of somewhat fragile masculinity, but also dishonesty. Not on my end, but on the end of the suitor. I met him last Friday at a club when I was out with my girlfriend. At some point, we duck off, we're talking, we're chatting, we're dancing, we're really having a good time. We're throwing banter back and forth, we're being flirty, all these things. Mind you, I'm flat-chested as fuck. I am not a woman. I'm just a very beautiful man. Proceeds to kiss me, XYZ, right? Has been texting me every day since last Friday when I gave him my number. He proceeds to tell me in the car, I don't really know how to ask this, or, I really just don't know how to bring this up, but are you a man? And I looked at him and I was like, yes, I am. I'm just a very feminine man. He pulls over and he's like, I just want to sit over and just kind of talk about this for a second. I've never been in this position before, so I'm just not really sure how to handle it. I had an inkling of a thought, but I didn't want to ask you and you'd be offended if you were not. However, it's just not something that I'm into particularly. And I think that's part of a bigger conversation as it relates to black men being interested in just feminine energy, period. He proceeded to apologize and he's like, I'm so sorry. I just felt like I needed to get this off my chest and at least just ask. But if I'm being honest, I was just like, okay, yeah, that's fine. No harm, no foul. It's all good. He's like, is it okay if I just, turn around and take you back home? I'm like, absolutely. Yes, please. We sat there in silence as he did a U-turn and literally dropped me back off. But it goes to show that sexuality truly is a spectrum. And while people may not be into whatever parts people have or whatever the case may be, people are just attracted to energy, period. Which is okay. That's totally fine. I completely respect that. I'm not one of those gays that are I'm gonna go get the trade and do this, that, and the third. That's really not my vibe. And if you are, pop off queen, do your big one. But I guess my biggest problem is if you had an inkling of a thought or you felt any type of way, you should have quite literally just asked and been honest from the very beginning. Here, I spent an hour and a half getting ready for a date, not really into it, but I was open to, just seeing what happens, what would, transpire out of the whole situation. And yet, here we are. Now, this is the first for me. I've never had this happen to me before. This is something new to me. I'm not humbled in the slightest because I'm a bad bitch. Look at me. Hello. And I know this is not in vain. I know that God has a partner for me out in the world, wherever he may be. But that shit was crazy as fuck. And for my theys, my girls, my dolls out there in the world, y'all be safe out there. Truly just be safe. Because for a slight moment in time, I was actually kind of scared for a minute. But yeah, y'all, I don't know. Am I tripping? Y'all let me know what y'all think, because I've quite literally never experienced anything like this before. Like, oh my God, I'm like kind of floored. But anyway, on to the next, babes. That's fine. To Mr. Sir, good luck to you. And yeah, I don't know, y'all. I just, it's just so funny. I'm like literally just sitting here in silence, like, oh my God, like I need to like talk to someone about this. But anyway, okay, y'all let me know what y'all think. I don't know.
And he made a TikTok about how he had this experience at a club. He was down to the club and he was with his girlfriends, and this guy approached him and they touched, he was touching on him, he was feeling on him, they kissed, they exchanged contacts, they talked for about a week. And then when it was time for the date, man picks up Donnie, they driving down the street, making their way downtown. And then all of a sudden he pulls over and he's like, so something's been on my mind. Are you a man? And Honey's like, yes. Question mark. And homeboy is like, well, I've never really done this before, and I'm kind of new to this, so like, yeah, let's just kind of like not do this. Can I take you home? And Donnie was like, please, yes, take me home. And then took him home, and then that was the end of it. And at the end of the story, Donnie is like, it would have been nice if he would have said this earlier, so I didn't waste a week of my time getting invested in this, getting ready, getting cute, just for us to not have a date and an interaction. And I think the thing that really sent the discourse into spiral is he used the term fragile masculinity. Yeah. And people were like, what do you mean fragile masculinity? He took you home. He was polite. He didn't beat you to death with a brick. Let's all clap. He didn't beat you to death with a brick. Like, let's focus on that and not what you actually said.
People wanted Donnie's head on a stick. Okay.
So what did you think when you originally let me rephrase the question. Did you see the TikTok first or the discourse first?
I saw the discourse first, actually, because a woman had made a video basically addressing the comments, and I forget her name, but she's a very popular, discourse creator. Like, she's very, call out. That's her type of content. She made a video saying that it is kind of weird that all of the comments are saying that Donnie should be so grateful that he got out of the situation alive, because it could have ended really badly for him. And they were trying to paint Donnie as this ungrateful figure who is just so basically insensitive for not, quote unquote, disclosing his gender before time, and that this guy was under deception, essentially. Like, he was blindsided by Donnie, and Donnie is not the victim in this situation, but the perpetrator. And we should be, we should be basically angry at Donnie for how the situation was handled.
And, I was not angry for how the situation was handled. I was more so, my reaction to it, I was more so gagged that the guy had no idea. And that's not to say, Donnie is, bricky or doesn't look good or anything. Donnie is very, very beautiful. But, Donnie very, very much has, the broad shoulders, very much, the frame of, a man, or a masculine, what's the word I want to use? Designated male at birth person. That's the vibe that Donnie gives very much. So I was just so I at work I have 4 bosses, and my black boss is a just turned 30-year-old black straight man, happily with a girlfriend. But he's my bestie at work because we always just talk about pop culture and what's going on and shooting the breeze or whatever. So when the Donnie situation happened, I was like, now, boss, I want to get your opinion. I want to get your opinion on this. So, and I told him the story and everything, and he was like, man, let me see how he looked. So I showed, my boss the TikTok, and he was like, man, I don't know. If it was dark and I saw Donnie, I don't know. I don't know. And you're drinking and it's dark and he's beautiful and you're kissing. I don't know. And I did have to like think about, you know, giving grace to, did Donnie give this man a name?
Yes, Donnie did give this man a name.
What was
In
the
fact,
name?
that was one of the things that Donnie was very like upfront about. Like, I told this man my name. He knew it was it's a masculine name. How many girls do you meet that are named Donnie? You know?
I mean, Dion. Shout out to Dionne Warwick. But like, but no, when I
Shout out to Miss Walk On By.
When I asked if Donnie gave a name, I meant like, did Donnie name this man in the story? That's what I meant.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And I think I'm very grateful for that. Yeah. I'm
going to come up with a name then. We're just going to call him Jalen. So let's just say that Jalen was drunk and it was dark and, you know, Donnie is beautiful and he's with a group of girls and, you know, whatever. And Donnie leaves that night thinking, okay, I just got this girl. But my thing is this. This is where I was like, I was going to defend Donnie to my last breath. Because if you were thinking before we met in person that you thought I was a boy, why not say that? Why not say that?
Yeah.
Why not say that to me? And I get that, like, over text message, that could be kind of awkward. And then especially with, like, cis Black women being masculinized or like being like you're a man, that's a very sensitive thing for Black women for a myriad of reasons that are due to racism.
Yeah.
But so I understand the impulse to like not want to approach that subject, but like I think it's even more awkward to be in person, staring somebody dead in the face, talking about, "Are you a man?" Like, that was to me crazy work.
I think what's crazy about it is that he waited the entire week, right? And if he had these suspicions for that entire week, why did he keep entertaining Donnie? Why are you still texting me? Why are you still asking me to go out? And when you get to my place, why do you allow me to enter your vehicle and drive all the way down the road before you ask me this question? Like, there's so many opportunities where he could have easily asked that if this was playing at the back of his mind, and he chose to not do that. So I understand Donnie's frustration because it takes a lot of work to put yourself together and make yourself look presentable, and you're very excited, you're invested, you've been talking to this guy, it looks like it's gonna go somewhere, you're about to have a great first date, and all of that comes crashing down from one question that could have been asked at the beginning of this entire situation. So I think we should give Donnie a little grace here.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll answer your question of why didn't he ask the question earlier in the week if it was in the back of his mind. I'll tell you why. Jalen didn't tell Donnie that it was in the back of his mind because he wanted to get to the back of Donnie's throat. That's what he wanted to get to the back of. Because why are you waiting until you're in? Because this happens so many times to like butch queens and dolls and everybody where like they're with the guy and the guy's like, I don't normally do this. I don't normally do this. I don't know, like, and they're looking for you to be like, oh, I can teach you. I can show you. I mean, you know, we don't have, like, I feel like, and Kat Black said this too, like,
hard to imagine, right? Someone who is feminine, who you perceive as being designated male at birth, who you're attracted to, you're going to maybe suspect that they may be a transgender woman. I do think that for this particular man, the deciding factor was his identity. A lot of men do really draw a line between dating feminine men and dating transgender women. Now, I know a lot of transphobes out there probably don't understand that, right? But a feminine man and a transgender woman are not the same gender. For a cis man who's identifying as heterosexual, it is going to bother him in multiple different ways to date a man who is openly gay. If he's not a person who identifies as a gay man, he's probably not going to be okay with that. And I do sort of get the vibe that Donnie experienced what a lot of transgender women experience, where there are men who are attracted to us in these dark rooms when no one can look at them. But when it comes to actually taking you out, when it comes to humanizing you, When it comes to claiming you publicly, well, that's another issue. I think this man was hoping for Donnie to be a trans woman on her path to becoming more feminine. And there are a lot of men who really enjoy catching a trans girl at that particular moment in her life because they get to kind of define that femininity. There's a lot of men who are going to be open to pursuing Donnie if he identified as a transgender woman. I think a lot of people really don't understand.
I feel like he was kind of testing the waters to see how Donnie would react and maybe be like, well, we don't have to go out in public. We can go home. We can go to my house.
Yeah.
We can go upstairs. And like, I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling at all.
That is a great observation. He was just waiting for, well, he could have been just waiting for an
Could have been. We don't
invitation.
know, but he could have been.
We don't know. This is all just like observations and speculations. He could have just been waiting for an invitation, which is a scenario that we know all too well. I think especially as femme-presenting gays, like it has happened many a time. I've even got to the point where if I do go clubbing and, you know, happen to dance with a guy, disclosures will not necessarily happen because it's not that I'm like deceiving him or anything, but like we're at this party place, we're having fun, we're touching on each other. I'm not going to see you again, so it does not matter, right? Like if you are attracted to me for that one night, it's great. Like we're having fun and that's it. If I do plan to see you again or if numbers are exchanged, then we would have to have the uncomfortable conversation because you're looking for something a little bit more serious than just us grinding on each other at the club. Especially in like straight clubs where the assumption is that everybody there who presents female is female, right? Guys aren't thinking about these things. They aren't thinking, oh, like that might be somebody who was assigned male at birth. You're pretty, I want to dance with you, I'm gonna do it. So I think that might have been the case where even if he knew that Donnie was not female, he was just waiting for Donnie to open up the door for sexual experiences to occur in private because maybe he wasn't brave enough to suggest that himself.
Yeah, that's a really good perspective. And I was going to ask you, like, as someone who presents more feminine, does this happen to you a lot where you meet men in public and they make an assumption about you and later you have to be like, yeah, well, actually, you know.
It does. It happens quite a lot, which is so surprising to me, but I understand that, you know, algorithms are different. So a lot of straight people walk through life blissfully ignorant, bless their hearts. So they're not very knowledgeable about how many different people present themselves. When they think about a gay person, they think about like one sort of like archetype of a gay person. If you're femme, it's normally you being femme in like a polo and loafers. So when you present like me, automatically to them, you're a girl. Like it does not matter, you know? So there have been instances where guys would hit on me and we would have a blast. I'm talking shots flowing, I'm talking conversations, maybe a little touch or two, a little kiss. If it happens to go a little further, then conversations would have to be had, but it hasn't gotten to that part, or if it has, the guy already knew, like he would say it to me in a way that I feel like, oh, like you clocked my tea, like spooked, you know? But it's never an uncomfortable situation where he's asking me in the car on the way to our first date. I think that would have scared me. If I was Donnie, I would have been shook.
My stomach would have went to my ass. And like, you know, my follow-up question, how does that make you feel? Like, does that make you feel like, I hate that I'm always in this position? Does it make you feel like, look at me, I'm so cunty, I can like, you know, I can get fish? Like, how does that make you feel?
Okay, there's two ways this could go, right? There's, obviously, we know how our community feels about DL men in general, right? There's this little pedestal that we put them on, and they sort of like, I don't know how to explain it, but they sort of like this point system where you give yourself points if you could pull a type of man, like a certain type of man. the most masculine, the most rugged, like trade. If you could pull trade, girl, you're up there. You're one of the elite ones. So I guess they sound sort of like ego boost when that happens. Like, oh, like you thought I'm so pretty, like I passed. Like she's fishy. She's fishy low key. And then there's that something else in the back of my mind that goes, damn, like you're only attracted to me because you think I am female. And that kind of hurts because there's no way this could be anything more than this, We can't go further than this, and it sucks. And obviously the safety concern, how will you react once I tell you? Will this be a, oh, my bad situation? Or will this be, oh, I have to hurt you. You lied to me, Even though it wasn't my intention to lie to you. You just assumed, and I maybe didn't correct you because we're at a party. I don't want to make things awkward. We're not.
But I mean, is being pretty a lie? Like, is you being out at a public space being beautiful? Is that a lie? Like,
exactly.
I don't.
I didn't lie to anybody. I just had my heels on. My hair is done. You think I'm hot? That's fine. I also think that a lot of the. Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna add like one last point. I also think that a lot of the times, I don't want to be. Wait, how do I phrase this properly? I think a lot of the times you could be that guy's first experience, right? And how you handle it matters because it could have a domino effect to how he treats other individuals like yourself, right? So if I disclose my gender to him in a way that is public, maybe next to his friends, and he feels a little bit embarrassed, and he will obviously, surrounded by his people, he will feel empowered to hurt me because he think he could get away with it. But if I do it in a way that reassures his masculinity, that reassures that there's nothing wrong with finding me attractive, I present like any other people that he's attracted to, and that's totally normal. It doesn't make him gay. It doesn't make him less of a man. I think that would be the best approach. So going back to Donnie, I think how Donnie handled it was really good because there wasn't a aggressive outcome out of it. It was like, oh yeah, I am a boy. I'm a feminine boy. And he was like, oh, can I drop you home? And then obviously the date ended. And I think that was really great because if it is to happen again, he will just handle it that same way, hopefully, and not hurt other femme presenting people.
Yeah.
Going back to you.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. What I was going to ask you is, for the people who are unaware, who don't know, because I have a lot of passersby that watch, let's have some definitions. So, what is trade? Let's have because everybody want to have their own opinion about what trade is.
Yeah. Listen.
Give me your definition of trade as best you can.
My definition of trade, right, is a masculine presenting gay man. He's straight passing, right? And he's black or Latino. Like, white trade is not a thing. He is not DL.
Yeah, you gotta add that part to it.
He is not DL. DL is a whole separate man. He is just very masculine. Like, you can't clock his tea. Like, you can't spook him. That is straight to me. Like, you're straight. Like, I will pass you by. I would think, oh my God, like, that's a woman lover right there. But he's one of the girls, He just doesn't present as one of the girls. So that's my definition of trade. But I know.
See, and that's my thing. And that's why I asked, everybody got their own damn definition that's slightly different or whatever.
Yeah.
Because my definition is similar. I would put those kind of men in there. I would exclude DL men. I would also, this might be controversial to the girls, I would also exclude Latino men from that. And then
really?
I would add straight black men to that. I would. And the reason why I would add straight black men to that is, I think if you are an attractive, beautiful person, and everyone is attractive and beautiful in their own way, I don't think it's that hard to attract a gay man who acts straight. I don't think that's that hard. I really don't. I think what's quote unquote more difficult to pull is the straight man who was like, I'm straight internally, but like if he looks at you a little certain kind of way because he's a little curious, I think that's that golden crown, that's the needle in the haystack that all the girls are looking for, the pull the trigger. I think that's the kind of man that most people think of and are talking about, you know?
When they talk about
and then people always try to add DL to that. DL is not that. DL isn't that.
It's not.
I think trade can evolve to DL. Trade can evolve to being DL, but but you know, to the straight world, it's all the same. It's all the same shit.
Yeah. Because they love to pick up our terminology without actually studying definitions or where it's from. So it's always like a vibe thing. It's how they treat AAVE as well. Just pick up phrases, just pick up words and toss them around without fully doing your research because you think it's internet slang, you know, and it's cool. It's like how Gen Z talk, but it's like, no, baby, the girls and the gays started that. Learn your history. Mm-hmm.
I like for example, I've seen people say this and it's dropped my jaw. You know the series going on right now, Heated Rivalry?
Yes.
Those boys, very attractive. They're not trade. They're not trade. They're not trade.
They're not trade. Baby, those are non-black men. What are we
talking
talking about?
That nigga is Russian. He's Russian. He's a Russian man. He's just DL.
As white as it gets. That is not trade at all.
He's not
to
trade.
Trade
you know,
is just like
other
any
actor I think
masculine
is like
guy.
half Asian. You know, also not trade. Love him down. He's great. Shout out to him. Not trade. The guy who's sleeping with the barista on the they're not trade either. Like they're white.
None of them, baby. We don't see ourselves in that world, and you know what? That's okay.
Heated Rivalry. That's a whole other podcast episode because there's some shit going on. There's some shit going on with the drama behind the scenes with that too. But
there's a lot of drama going on with that.
A lot of drama going on with that.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
How do you feel about people saying that Donnie should have been grateful to walk out of that situation alive? Because that was a huge talking point.
I think that those are people that would have killed Donnie. They're like, I would have killed you. So be happy that it wasn't me because I would have beat your ass. Or I know somebody that would have killed you and beat your ass and I would have been on their side. So be happy and be grateful because you were here with him and not with us. That's what that said to me.
Mm-hmm. And that's terrible.
Like, that's not good. That's not good, friend. That's not good at all.
That is terrible. That is a great indication of how we have been so dehumanized as queer people, and any little mishap or miscommunication on our side warrants our death. That is so terrifying that even today, I mean, obviously today, because, you know, things are really bad, but it's surprising that all of the progress that we've made, people still harbor those same thoughts and ideals when it comes to people like us.
Yeah.
Such a shame.
Can you see? Yeah, for sure. For sure, I agree. And I'd also say with the whole Donnie thing, I just feel like it's just a reminder of like, personally, if it was me, I would have put the story on Friends Only. If I would have posted it, I would have put it on Friends Only. Not because that's not something that people should see, but I'm really tired of like non-queer people being in queer business. Like, this is not about you. Mind you, like all these commentators, like I don't care what you have to say. Now, because everybody because you know when a discourse happens and you have a creator that you like and you want to go to their page, none of those creators were straight women. None of those creators were straight men. I did not care what they had to say. Guess whose page I went to? I went to Kat Black's page. I went to Dominique Morgan's page. Okay, I went over to King of Reed's page. Like I will literally go to everybody else's page that's black and queer besides straight black people, or God forbid, straight white people. So, yeah.
People just have a lot to say about things that they don't know much about. And that's a problem that we have right now. Yeah. That is a problem that we have. I also think when it comes to... Oh, sorry. Yes?
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I feel like we both had questions, and I know I'm going to remember my question, so ask yours.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't necessarily a question. It was just like a statement. I think right now, in the age of the internet, people think that they know. And that is why when the Donnie situation happened, I was so grateful for it in a way, because it revealed how much people actually don't know, right? When we talk about identities, when we talk about how people express their gender and present themselves, straight people assume that feminine people are all trans. They assume that masculine people are all like, you know, assigned to their gender, especially when it comes to like AMAP people, right? You think like a feminine AMAP person is automatically a trans woman, and that's not always the case. Some of us just like, you know, presenting pretty and being feminine, but we're very comfortable with our assigned gender at birth, our assigned sex at birth. So them saying to Donnie, well, you look like a woman, why don't you just say that you are? Or why don't you just transition? It's like, no, that's not what this is. We can present how we want to and still be comfortable in our own bodies and our own skin. Not everybody is trans, and you need to get with the lingo. But because they see everything as black and white, we're now running into these issues where they feel like we owe them transitioning because of how we present.
It also just kind of feels like they feel like we owe them like our papers or our cards or something. Like the idea that we're supposed to be grinding in the club and I'm supposed to take your hand off my thigh and be like, I'm a man. Like, these are my papers. This is what's between my legs. And I just feel like y'all know better. Y'all know that's not how it goes. And I think what was really interesting to me is you hear straight people say all the time, just because you wear makeup and put on a wig doesn't mean that that's a woman. You can't cosplay womanhood. You know, This is my womanhood. It's not a costume. You can't just, you know. But then the same thing, the same flip. Oh, well, you know, what else was he supposed to think? He was dressed like a woman and he was given feminine vibes. So exactly. when you want to deny trans identity, vibes don't matter, presentation doesn't matter, none of that matters. But when you want to defend a man on some fuck shit, you want to be like, oh, well, you know, you should have known because of how. Now you can clock that vibes matter. Now you can clock how someone could be presenting feminine and how like people can be attracted to the vibes and not necessarily what's between somebody's legs. With the people saying, oh, well, how could you ever be attracted to someone trans? And it's like, girl, because they're beautiful. I mean, even going back to like you mentioned, I don't think you mentioned Jeffree Star. I think Jeffree Star was on my mind because he's so transphobic. But I just think it's so Jeffree Star is such an example of someone so crazy in that lane, because Jeffree Star literally from about 2017 to maybe like 2020, 2021 had a very, very public relationship with a quote-unquote straight man. And he pretty much presented the vibe of like, not the vibe, he verbatim said, I don't date gay men, I date straight men. Yes. He said, I don't date people that wear makeup, I don't date people that, you know, have a gay lisp, I don't do that. I date men who are straight, and he wants to be their first experience. He's like, these are men that have not dillied or dallied before, and I'm their first dilly and dalliance, and that's what he liked to do, and that's what he did. I mean, and then I think when that relationship broke up, I think he was like sleeping with one of the Kardashians' boyfriends or something like that. It was a whole thing. I'm just like okay. Like, so my point I'm making with that is, I think people who are not trans, gay, and straight, they know what they're doing. They know they're on bullshit because they experience these things and they walk through life doing these things every day.
Yeah. It's also like a constant moving of the goalpost when it comes to us. And that is why I firmly believe that a lot of us just need to decenter straight people and straight people's approval, because it will never come. at least not in the way that we need it to in order to achieve any significant change, whether it's our human rights, whether it's basic respect every day, because straight people just will always protect heteronormativity, no matter what it is. You present feminine and you're trans, they will deny that. They will go out of their way to misgender you. You present feminine and you're not trans, they will also deny that and still misgender you. So it's like you can never win. You can never win against straight people in the arguments. So let them have their thing and keep them out of queer business, because clearly they're not anything significant. They're not helping us in any way, and they're just thinking about themselves and their constant victimhood. It's always gay people doing them wrong and them never checking themselves or taking accountability for the harm that they do.
Right. I'm gonna ask you, because this was another thing that people were really stepping on Donnie's back about, the fragile masculinity part. How do you feel about that part of the conversation? How do you feel like that connects to everything? Was he right or wrong to or do you think he just misspoke or misphrased it?
I genuinely think this is the one instance where I will say that Donnie was wrong. And I don't agree that it was fragile masculinity, because I would like to think that every gay person has an experience with somebody who's had fragile masculinity, right? Somebody who will defend that with the life of them. And even if it means killing somebody, they will do that. And in this instance, this man, although there's so many things that he could have done differently, he handled the situation pretty well. And the bar is in hell. The bar is non-existent at this point. For him to stop the car halfway, ask the question, get his answer, politely suggest taking Donnie home, and actually taking Donnie home and going about his day, kudos to him. I don't think there was any fragile masculinity at all. I think he was very respectful. He was very clear about what he's attracted to, at least I would think so. And he just handled it very well. There was nothing fragile about that whole situation. I'm sorry. How do you feel about it?
I think that Donnie didn't mean what he said. I think what Donnie meant to say was, if he was more confident, he would have asked me this sooner. I think that was a connection of him kind of having that faux pas of the waiting. And I think that Donnie misspoke and Donnie just said fragile masculinity, but I don't think that's exactly what Donnie meant. And I feel like he had already said it and it had already blown up, and he wasn't about to backpedal and be like, ooh, you know what, you're right, straight people, I was wrong. I was wrong, straight people, I misspoke. I think instead of doing that, he just kind of kept going with it and tried to spin it into something else, when I think, if it was me, I would have been like, hey, I know I said fragile masculinity, I didn't exactly mean that, this is what I meant, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Now, what I won't do, what I refuse to do, and this is no shade to you as a person.
Yes.
I'm not gonna clap and do a handstand and go out of my way to say he did a good job. I'm not. Even though he did, I'm not gonna do all that, because I think that sends a message that what he did is not normal. And I want the message to be that what he did should be the standard and should be normal. So to combat that, I'm not gonna do too much on congratulating him for not being a murderer.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, actually, wholeheartedly agree. It should be normalized to treat people with respect. It should be normal for us to walk out of these situations alive. It doesn't have to end in our death or us going to the hospital because there's scars on my face because this man decided to beat me up for being attracted to me.
Crazy.
Which is crazy. But also, I think at the point that we are in our time, especially, I think it's really, 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 really great to commend these men for their actions, because men are like babies, and not to infantilize them or anything, but society does not really raise them to handle so many things well. It does not raise them with emotional intelligence. It just raises them to be very reactionary, right? So this man could have reacted in the most terrible way, right? That we are very familiar with. In fact, that's what the straight people were cheering, because that's what they wanted to see, right? They wanted to see this man physically hurt Donnie for being attracted to Donnie, which is crazy. But I think us saying that what he did was a great job could hopefully send a message to so many other men that it doesn't have to end in violence. It could just end with you taking that person home, with you blocking that person, with you saying, sorry, that's just not what I'm into, or I'm not looking to explore that right now. And that is okay. It's okay to like reject somebody verbally in a way that does not disrespect them, in a way that makes it clear what you are into, what you're attracted to, what you're comfortable with, how far you're willing to go, all of that. It's not us praising them for the bare minimum. It's us letting them know that this is the way that things should be done.
And I agree with that. I agree with that, because I do feel like straight people needed to hear queer people say that, so they'd be like, well, see, like, okay, maybe it's not so bad, you know, as that positive reinforcement, encouragement. I just resent having to do that, even though I know that is a necessary thing that is needed for allyship or whatever. I wanted to also ask you, now earlier I said, now maybe he waited until the car because he wanted Donnie to invite him to do other things. Now, yes. I'll rephrase that question. Do you feel like Donnie, do you feel like this, because the way I thought about the situation before I started watching videos about it is that this man knew Donnie was male, but didn't know Donnie was a man, in the sense of like, okay, I see your broad shoulders, but you're feminine and you're cute and you with the girls, and we kissed and shit. So do you think that maybe Jalen thought that Donnie was a trans woman, and the fact that Donnie was not a trans woman and said, sorry to disappoint, I'm not a trans woman, he was like, oh, sad. Okay, let's go home.
Yeah. You know what? Kat Black actually raised this, and I think she spoke about chasers and how they go about their business, and that it's a normal occurrence for them to be seeking out trans women in these ways. And Donnie not saying that he is a trans woman kind of put him off, because he cannot justify sleeping with, or how do I put this? He cannot justify doing those things with a male body when that male body is not inhabited by somebody who identifies as a woman, right? So to him, it was like, oh, no, that's actually gay. I'm not going to do that. I don't know if I'm phrasing that well. So
I think you phrased that perfectly.
It kind of shook him to like, oh, okay, no, that's not what I was looking for. If you would say you were a trans woman, you would present as something that I am attracted to. You are a woman, and you have, how do I say this without like, I don't know, objectifying trans women? You have the goodies that I'm looking for, essentially, right? You have the equipment that I want to explore.
I'm speaking,
yes, right? So that could have been the situation. I totally understand why so many people were raising that, and it is true. Like, as much as we want to paint this man as a victim and somebody who was done wrong in this situation, we also know, and the dolls especially know, that this is how these men operate. This is how they go about their business. This is how they seek trans women. And they will, look you, examine you. They could have been an instance where he was eyeing Donnie for a very long time at that club before approaching Donnie, and then going about it hoping that Donnie was a trans woman at the end of this. Unfortunately, that's not what he got, and things did not work out his way, if that was the case.
I think I think straight people or non-queer people need to look at there are different types of ways that men are attracted to trans women. And I think the mainstream way that men are attracted to trans women is, I like women, but you're so beautiful and gorgeous and amazing that I'm going to ignore what's between your legs. Or, you know, you are a trans woman that's done everything right and you've gotten the surgery and that is no longer there. And I could ignore it and pretend like nothing was ever there. And we go on about our business. But I think it's hard for straight people to digest. There are a lot of straight men that like that part, and they're like a lot of, especially a lot of older dogs tell me a lot of Trey like to gobble the piece. They do. They just do. They do. They do, and they like that part, and that's fine and that's okay. But I feel like people don't want to talk about that or engage that because, like, oh no, that's gay. But it's like, you know, to quote another trans queen, you know, ContraPoints is like, it's the feminine penis. It's different. I don't know what to tell you. It's different.
It's different. And we have like black and white understandings of like attractiveness and what sexuality, in fact. I think the pressure for us to put everything into these tiny little boxes is the reason why we're having so many arguments today about gender, about how people present themselves, about what people are attracted to. If only we just let attraction be, then we wouldn't be having these arguments. I mean, you raised good points of like what type of trans woman these men are attracted to, but you've also mentioned the third attraction, which is, I want you to present as hyper-female as possible, as hyper-feminine as you can, but I don't want you to get the surgery. That is, I want you to keep everything as it is, just present feminine. And that's an attraction that we don't speak about often because we think that that equipment has to be there or not. But we're not thinking about whether that guy wants it there or not. We're not considering that. It's not always, oh, like, you're so beautiful and I love you, I can ignore that. Sometimes it's, you're beautiful, I love you, and I acknowledge that. I love it, in fact.
I mean, for those who saw that Pose storyline, remember that Pose storyline where Electra's sugar daddy did not want her to get rid of it, and she was like, I do, but I have to get rid of it, and she got rid of it, and she got kicked out on her ass, okay?
And
like...
and the whole relationship ended, and she was so...
Whole relationship ended. I said, Electra, not you got dumped by the guy from Law and Order.
he got the bills paid. I'm really glad she went through with it, though. I'm really glad
that was crazy. Mm-hmm. Now, I want to ask you. Because this is my favorite part of these, where I get personal. Do you have any like crazy trade stories?
No, not really. No, I'm very vanilla with my experiences, but I will give one instance that I was in a similar situation, and this has to do with like disclosure mainly, right? And I don't know how much I can say, but let me just say,
we're not censored over here.
We're not censored over here. Okay. Picture this, right? It is a burger joint. This burger joint is like very like mixed, right? There's like a little club section there that they move tables over for like during the nighttime. Many people host their parties here, but me and my friend, my girl, were there during the day. And we're sitting there, and a couple of older gentlemen are sitting at the table from across us. And there was this new drink menu that they had just introduced. Everybody's going there to get like freshly made drinks, and like they having fun, posting pictures. It's that whole vibe. I get a cotton candy drink, which has like a large cotton candy on top of it. It's like a very vivid pink drink. So this guy sees that and uses it as an opportunity to obviously strike up a conversation with me. He comes over. He's a white gentleman, right? Very in his, I want to say 60s, because we talked for a very long time, and that's a man in his 60s, right? He walks up to me. We're having a little cute conversation. He asks me about my drink. I tell him. He's like, okay, that's cool. He goes back to his friends. And I'm like, okay, this is definitely going somewhere. Like, it did not just end here. I'm gonna keep my eye on him. Me and my girl continue with our conversation. His friends leave. He's alone. So now he feels very empowered to come over to our table, sits by me, starts talking to me, starts telling me about his life story, the boats that he still has to fix. He tells me about his life and how much money he makes, all of the things that guys think that impress us. He's talking about his yachts and whatever. I really don't care, baby. Why are you sitting next to me? That's what I'm trying to get at. After a while, he starts rubbing up my thigh, and he's doing this under the table, so nobody else is seeing this. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see where you're going with this. Like, I see what your intentions were. And he's very, he's playing the game with me. He starts saying things like, oh, you look conservative. Are you conservative? I'm like, no, I'm not conservative. What do you mean by that? He's like, how adventurous are you? If I were to ask you to do something, would you do it? And I was like, well, it depends on what you're asking me to do. He turns to face me. And he's saying this while my best friend is on the phone, so she cannot hear what's going on. He's like, well, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and hopefully in a few minutes, you will come up and follow me into that bathroom. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Follow you into the...
This is very interesting, what we're doing here. So I'm like, you know what? You can go up into the bathroom, and I'll see if I'll come and follow you up that bathroom.
You said I'll see,
he went
baby.
up. And you know me, girl. I ran up into that bathroom.
I was like, no, he actually went up into that.
I ran up into that bathroom. I was like, I want to see what we're dealing with. What are we doing here? Go up into the bathroom. A whole situation. Kissing happens. Mind you, this man was up close. This was one of the days where I think I was badly shaven. So he definitely would have seen a few little hairs on my face. He definitely would have seen a little mustache peeking through. But I present the same way that I normally present. I'm in heels, I'm in a short skirt, my hair is done, my nails are done, my eyelashes, girl, I'm looking pretty. So I do my little thing. We get in the bathroom, we kiss, and everything is happening. Unzips his pants. Obviously, I go down on him. And while that is happening, he reaches his hand into my tank, because I was wearing a tank top and I had a little shirt over it. He rubs my breast for a little minute, and then he pauses. He goes back down, and I'm noticing oh, okay. He's now finding out what's happening. He stops, raises my face, and he goes, "Are you a guy?" And I go,
I know you lying! Bitch, I know you fucking lying!
Yeah, do you want me to stop? And he goes, no, don't stop. And I continue. And it's like, wow, this is my first experience with a guy. I feel so weird. And I'm continuing. He's having this little speech to himself, and I'm like, okay, do white people normally do this during sex? I don't know. So he's just going on, giving himself this little monologue of, wow, this is the first time I'm doing this. And he finishes, and it's a little cordial situation. We go back down, the conversation continues, and he gives me his number. He's like, okay, I need you to call me. And I was like, okay, yeah, I will call you. But after I left, I felt so terrible. I don't know why. Maybe in that moment, I just didn't think disclosing is necessary, because it was just oh, he's just gonna get his nut and leave. But to me, it was oh, I lied about something. And that could have went terribly wrong. We were alone in that bathroom. He could have hurt me, and my best friend could have been looking for me the entire time. And I could have been lying in that bathroom dead, essentially. But I just felt bad about not telling him before everything happened. But then, you know what, after it, I got over it once I got home, and him and I started texting, and I realized that, you know what, he was a very cool guy. And if I helped break a little nudge in him, and now he's open to exploring more people like me, then job well done, I guess. So that's my story.
So follow-up questions. Obviously follow-up questions. So
yeah.
I'm gonna make the assumption that if he was a white gentleman, you went up, you obviously did what you had to do. Attractive, he was fine, he was cute. What was it giving?
He was not. I wouldn't say. My friends say I have a terrible.
Oh,
terrible
you one of
taste in men.
those?
They're like, oh, Cooper, you cannot tell when a man is attractive or not. But to me, he was doable. Like he was a little
Doable
average.
is crazy.
He was.
If a guy told me that I was doable, I was, oh bitch, you don't like me. Get away from me.
You could throw a stone. And what vibe was he giving? You could throw a stone in like the Midwest, and it would hit 5 or 10 men who look exactly like him. Like he's your average everyday white man. Like nothing.
Is that like
marvelous.
Is that your type?
No, not really. Actually, he was just like
I
something.
would say like people who date outside their race have a different type for one race of guy versus a different race of guy.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Yes.
So, but for white men, he wasn't your type.
No. For white men, I
okay.
like them a little bit preppy. You know, I like them a little bit done up, a little proper. I am not into wiggers. I will let that be known. If
you don't like a wigger?
I'm not into wiggers at all. Okay. To me, it's like, what am I doing here? You know,
I could just have the real thing, okay?
Exactly, I could just date a black man, please. So if you're gonna be white, you need to be like a very like a proper Nate Archibald kind of guy.
You need
like,
to be white, okay?
I
want
to be
a
real
white,
white, okay? Not too white, not KKK white,
not
but
too white,
enough.
but just premium. I need like the premium white boy experience. Like I need.
Exactly.
You were looking for the Nick to your Olandria. Yeah.
Period. No. Nick is not white enough for me, I would say.
Nick not white enough for you? Wait a minute.
No.
I don't watch Love
He needs to
Island,
get
so I don't know,
whiter than
like... Is Nick a wigger? I don't watch Love Island, so I don't know.
I think he has some wigger tendencies. If not wigger, like he's a little bit like too internet, like too wanna be cool kind of guy. I don't know
like
much about
Gen
him,
Z.
but from what I've seen, yeah, he doesn't give me that what I would want in a white man. So no. Yeah.
Okay.
What's your type in a white man? Actually, I'm very curious now.
What is my white man type? First of all, this gonna get us out of all the things we talking about our type of white man. That's what's gonna get us canceled, but whatever.
In this political climate, especially.
In this political climate, two black sisters on here talking about the kind of white men they like. Ooh, child.
Sister, we lost them.
Anywho, I have to think because I'm very, when it comes to men, I have a problem. I'm very gluttonous when it comes to men. Like, give me everything, give me all. Like, if you are attractive to me, then you are attractive. I feel like, cause I think we're having a little chit chat on Instagram at the moment. Yeah, we're having a little chit chat on Insta at the moment. So I feel like my type is like on here. If I could just look. If I could just look. Cause it's like, I don't know. But see, that's the thing though. What happened to you, I feel like that would never happen to me. Like, white men do not approach me.
Really?
Like, I feel like I would get approached more by like a black or Latino man than a white man. But like, I don't know. I like, but see, that's the thing. I don't just like masculine like men, white men. I also like gay boy white men. Like, not butch queen, because butch queens are black, but like whatever the white equivalent of a butch queen is.
Yeah.
Definitely like. I feel like you know this creator. I'm about to see this creator. I feel like you know him. Not personally, but just in general.
Let me see, actually.
And like, I will spread my business and put the creator on screen because they are a public person. I'm gonna put them on screen. But like,
yeah, you put them on screen. This is good looking man. Yeah.
Great public person. But I like masculine white men and also like feminine white men. This is another creator that I like. Well, let me take that back. I liked him 10 years ago. I think he aged. I think he got, which is nothing is wrong with aging. I will age, but it's just like.
Is this Timothy Champagne?
Know, you know what?
Is it him?
It is,
he looks horrid now.
It's unfortunately it is not Timothy Champagne. It's not Timothy Champagne, unfortunately.
Okay. We're in good hands. We're in safe company right now, then. That's good, then.
I don't know. I feel like old school Timothy Champagne, that used to be the vibe.
I guess. When he was still starting up, yeah.
This dude on my For You page fits the description. I feel like this is my white man type.
Oh, yes. This is it.
I feel like this is definitely it. And then like in terms of like look, in terms of style, I very much like old school kind of 70s style. Like give me retro vibes.
Okay. Right. And that could get a little problematic. I don't know.
It could get. I feel like we already get in trouble for talking about our type of white man. So let's offset it. Let's have balance. Let's talk about our black man type. let's show the people because I could already see the comment section. Guys, we doing balance, okay? Like our type of black man as well.
Mm-hmm. With black man,
okay, cool.
Do you want to go first? Actually.
Do I want to go first? Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's very broad. Because I do like all black men. I really do. And it's just about who I like the most. In terms of what I find really attractive, I really like a big old fro. I really do. I love a big old beautiful fro that's kept up. I think that's really sexy and attractive to me. I don't understand it, but it draws me in. And I also really like locks. If you got locks,
ooh, yes.
Like, talk to me. We can talk. This is gonna be so problematic. I do like a man that is taller than me, that can throw me around. I know.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that's the thing. I like to get thrown around, but I'm also a big guy myself. I can throw somebody else around too. It just depends on my mood. When I'm in the mood to get thrown around, I do like somebody that is tall, which is hard to find because I'm like 6'1", 6'2". You know,
oh my God,
it's
you're
hard
tall.
to find. I'm tall, so it's hard to find other big, tall, burly. It's hard to find that. It really is. It's very difficult. But when I do, I hold on tight. So yeah, I like tall, I like locks, but I also like earthy kind of African aesthetic. So I like men that wear gold jewelry. I like men that wear pendants. I like men that have piercings. I very much like tattoos. I like alternative black men. I like, I am in the South, so I do like country black men too. So, but then I also like black femboys. Like black femboys like also really, really do it for me, but like with an alternative style. Now, like the muscle kind of BBC top guys, those guys are cool if you just want to like do a little rolling around in the bed. But like I'm talking about the type I would like go on a date with. That's the kind of type I'm talking about.
You're talking about
like
long term. You're not talking about a one night stand.
You know, I like the kind of like
that's actually really good.
You are you familiar with Jaden Smith?
Yes, I am.
I would walk up to Jaden Smith in a bar. Maybe not right now, but like maybe a couple of years ago, I would walk up to Jaden Smith in a bar.
Okay.
I feel like this is like
he's a little bit on the smaller side, no?
He is, but that's for when I want to do the throwing around. Now, I sent you a reel. I think this is the kind of black men that most people are attracted to. Most people will say, "Oh, this is my type," but like that can't be everybody's thing. That can't be. It can't be. Literally, it cannot be one size fits all. That can't be everybody's goddamn type. Okay, it can't be everybody's goddamn type.
Things are popular for a reason. Okay, this is a good-looking man. Everything is done up real right, so everybody gonna
like. Everybody's gonna like it, but yeah, like think Lenny Kravitz. Think like Coleman Domingo, like those the kind of black men that I'd be like, ugh, like let me date you, like let me date.
Let me tap into.
Are you watching? Are you watching it? Welcome to Derry.
No, actually, I haven't started.
You're not? Okay, so you won't be familiar with the actor that I'm thinking about. But there's an actor that plays a dad on the dad on it Welcome to Derry. He's also really fine. Definitely, because like I also like. Well, see, that's the thing. My black men type is so broad. I also like regular, like clean cut, like I work down to the office kind of black men too, like with the taper fades. Yeah. Like those are really cool. I feel like my ultimate quintessential type that like can transcend style and hairstyle and all of that. Just give me a butch queen. Just give me a butch queen. I don't care. And honestly, actually, to make it educational, Khumo, tell the people, give me your definition of what a butch queen is.
A butch queen. Okay, now people might whack me because I might get a little bit wrong.
Oh, we might whack you. Be careful.
Listen, a butch queen, right, is a gay man who is masculine presenting in terms of clothing, but they do have a little. You could tell there's sugar there, right? There's a little sissy to it. A little bit.
Not
sassy.
sugar bear.
You got sugar, baby. You got a little something in you. So they very like. They are everyday gay person. Like when people think about a gay person, they think about a butch queen normally. Like somebody who is fun, somebody who toys between masculinity and a little bit of femininity really, really well. Like they have that down.
Oh my God. I just found, I was thinking of somebody. Why did I just find the internet's favorite butch queen?
Who would that be?
I just think
the
internet loves this man. They're like, this internet's favorite butch queen down. But you know what's so interesting about men that look like him? And this is like more of like his body type and aesthetic rather than like his like skin tone or whatever. But I think being quote unquote built well, I think having muscles or abs or whatever, that gets you way more masculine points than most people. So you could have like the biggest sugar tank in the world. But if you built like this, people will throw that aside and be like, oh, well, you know, I know I said mask for max, but, you know.
You're hot. You're really hot.
You're really hot. So I'll put that to the side. You know, which, we talked about this last time we filmed, where I was like, I prefer openly gay men. Like, that's what I like. That's what I want. And I think that, like, that leads to a better situation, like mentally, emotionally. If you care about what's going on in the bedroom, I think people who are not concerned with what they do and how that makes them look or whatever, like, which is so crazy to me. It's like, I don't do this, I don't do that. Bro, we in the bedroom. Who's gonna know about it?
Exactly.
Like, if you do this in the bedroom also, or if I do this to you, who's gonna know about it? Like, your coworker's not gonna know about it unless you tell them. So no one's gonna look at you any kind of way. It's like at that point, not do it. I think like the trade and like hooking up with the straight guys, I think that is more so. I get that, and I do that. I do that sometimes, but I think that is like when you're just in the mood just to roll around in the bed with somebody for the sake of it, and to feel like cunty or fishy or whatever, and feel like, look at me. But like, I think when it gets to like wanting real relationships, I think it gets hard. I think the Donnie situation really just put the spotlight on just how hard being gay is, how hard queer dating is. You know, it's like difficult. Like, you know, that's the thing I feel like people don't empathize with Donnie. It's like, it's probably so hard out here being this beautiful and this cunt, and then somebody, you think about it. You finally get the moment that everybody else gets. You finally get the moment that all your girlfriends get of being in the club and a fine man walks up on you and you dating, you're kissing, you know, going, like, you finally had that or whatever. And I'm, you know, not gonna make the assumption that he's never had that before, but like, you know, it happens, and it doesn't go the way he wanted it to, and I think that that's really upsetting. You know, I think that have you seen what's been going on with the discourse with the gay pop the balloon?
Oh, yes. I'm seeing a lot of people talk about it as well.
Does anybody have a question for AJ? Where do you get your shoes from?
Sheen,
Okay.
$26. Yeah, insane the price. Yeah.
So, what made you pop your balloon? What made you pop your balloon? Comment, honestly. It was the Sheen comment. Other than that, I fuck with your fit. But yeah, it would be the shoes or the bag for me. Like, I don't like a nigga that holds bags.
Okay.
Yikes. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem at all.
You consider him your type?
No,
Anything in particular? Or?
just the stance.
It definitely is. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, I've seen a lot of clips of that on TikTok. Those are the most, oh my God, those are the most ridiculous girls I've seen in a long ass time. And it's like the most stupid, most superficial, and this comes from, I'm a superficial girl. I'm superficial. Even me being like, oh, y'all are really superficial. Like, I remember this one clip, and I'll try to find it, where this guy, Butch Queen, clearly, because he's stylish, but, like, he's masculine also. But, like, everything about his outfit was masculine, except that he had this, like, screen ghost face bag. And this guy popped this balloon and was like, I don't do that. I don't date niggas with bags. I don't do that. Okay? And we're like, okay, bitch. Like, all right.
That's
okay.
crazy.
I mean, everybody here is in an outfit from Fashion Nova, but all right. Like, you don't do niggas with bags. Okay. Cool. And, like, I think that that's happened to me in public before. I've been out in public with people, and, you know, it's been like, ooh, he's got a bag. He's got a bag. And it's like, I don't, what y'all got against bags? What's wrong with a bag? And it's not even like a big over the top bag. It'll be like a clutch, or it'll be like a little, honestly, most of the time, they're like these little mini backpacks. For like when people are at clubs or concerts or festivals and shit. And guys, or people are like, oh, that's a purse, that's a bag. Oh, he has a bag. And it's like, nigga can't carry his stuff
There's
around.
nothing
Like, I
wrong
don't
with
understand. You can't carry his
You
shit
can turn
around.
and
Like,
just say, you're gay. I got a
Like,
bag.
I don't
You're
know.
still gay. What does that do?
Like, that's
we
crazy.
when we speak about these things, people want to say that we are policing what people are attracted to. We're trying to tell people that they should be attracted to a certain type of gay person, and if they're attracted to the things that they're attracted to, like hypermasculinity and everything, then we're basically condemning them for that. We're telling them that they're wrong. And that is not what we're doing. What we're saying is, be very mindful of your words and how you express what you are attracted to, because that just says a lot about you. But that also, how do I say this? That also like enforces a lot of the stereotypes against us. There's nothing wrong with another gay man wearing a purse, right? So you could just say, well, hyper feminine gays are just not what does it for me, or how he presents himself is not what basically turns me on, right? I'm looking for something a little bit more rigid, right? Instead of saying, oh, he has a purse, I wouldn't do somebody with a purse. It's just like, okay, like how you're saying it really says a lot about you, more than it does about what you're quote unquote attracted to.
Yeah. And also just like, I don't know. I just think that like what's so beautiful about witch queens and about gay men is that balance, that masculine and the feminine. I think my number one gay guy crush of 2025 has been Destin Conrad. I don't know if you're familiar with Destin Conrad, but I love
Destin Conrad.
Yes, I'm a huge fan of the music. Love him. And I think what attracts me the most about Destin is the versatility of just his fashion, like the way he's able to embody a lot of masculinity and masculine traits, but also a lot of femininity and prettiness and softness at the same time. And I think, I don't know, something about that combination does it for me. And I also think that like there's a way gender and fashion and expression is so complex and so varied that all butch queens are not created equal. One butch queen, Destin Conrad, could be a different from another butch queen, which is different from another one. And I just think that that's really cool and it's really interesting. And I don't know, like the whole that pop the balloon shit. It's like everybody can find something to pop about somebody else. And what you said earlier about not wanting to police what other people do, and you're saying that you should be attracted to a certain type of gay man. And like you're saying that we're not trying to do that. I might push the table. I am trying to do that actually. Actually, I am judging you for I am doing that. I am going to judge you for what you're attracted to. Because at the end of the day, and like, I'm gonna quote Kaya. And to be clear, Kaya is a very transphobic individual and a very homophobic individual. So this is not to like give her praise, but I'm just being funny here. When she's like, everybody want to be the girls, who's going to be the boys? Obviously this is not how she meant it, but the way I'm going to interpret that is everybody cannot be DL, BBC, Daddy 35. Everybody is not like that. And if you're going to date in community, if you're going to go to the community for dating, I think it's unrealistic to think everybody's that. It's just not. It's just not that. I understand that's the vibe that you want, but like, I'm gonna say it, be realistic. And being I think when people say be realistic, they mean settle. I'm not saying settle, I'm just saying be fucking realistic. Like because since we need to compare ourselves to straight people all the time, let's just talk about straight people for a second. I know a lot of guys who like women, and everybody likes, a beautiful porn star who is, has perfect hair and big boobs and a big butt, and she has an hourglass figure, and she's beautiful, and she's feminine and she's soft, and everybody wants that 10, everybody wants that Angela White, everybody wants that beautiful, sexy porn star vibes. Every woman alive doesn't look like that. A lot of women don't look like that. Okay? So Carly down the street that works at the bar, or Amy up the street that works at the bank, beautiful ladies, normal ladies, but everybody is not gonna look like your AI chatbot model porn star girlfriend online. Everyone is not gonna look like that, okay? And I think in terms of straight people, men can accept, or people can accept that, hey, everyone's not gonna have that kind of body. Everyone's not gonna look like that or act like that all the time. You need to be realistic. But I think gay people need to have a similar awakening. Like, you're dating you're looking for guys at the gay club. You don't think any of them are gonna be gay. It's like it just genuinely feels like everybody wants to be Jeffree Star and say, I just want to date straight men.
I only date straight men.
I only date straight men.
And like, they are not.
And like, and you know what? To Jeffree, and I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna say, to Jeffree Star's credit, less to Jeffree Star's credit and more to just like feminine femboys like Jeffree Star who do that. I think that we need to acknowledge that men are attracted to the Jeffree Stars of the world. There are men that are attracted to the Donnies of the world who are straight, and that might do things with them behind the scenes when doors are closed. And that's real. Yeah. And I think to be like, oh, you like that, I think in a way that's like denying their experience of them having these relationships with these men. They do. I'm just saying they are not of quality, or they are not of the substance that you would get with somebody who is just openly gay. And it's just like, I like guys. What you're saying is correct. Yeah. The whole Donnie situation was going to, I feel like it was inevitable. It was always going to end in scandal and some sort of humiliation, whether it be public or private, because it never ends up in a good way. It never ends up with a ring, or rarely does it end up with a ring. It never ends up with the other man really doing the work himself and coming out and all of that. It's just terrible. Like, even if he was into Donnie that way and they actually started exploring what they wanted to explore, Donnie wouldn't have made it to that date. It would have been a closed door relationship, strictly in the bedroom, and nothing more. At the end of the day, it would have been Donnie just giving up his body to this guy and getting none of like the emotional
tenderness, loving relationship that he would have deserved if he had just been with a very comfortable, openly gay man who's done the work and open about his sexuality and very comfortable in his masculinity to present it in any way that he feels is good for him. So I think a lot of the gays don't do this work, and we look at the straight world a lot, and it influences how we approach even our relationships. So we want to mirror that as much as possible. And if I'm a little bit gay, or if I feel like, you know, there's slightly something a little bit too gay about me, I want to get a very, very hyper masculine man to offset it. And that's not how relationships work. Relationships should not be about offsetting somebody, not dating somebody because, oh, I can't date somebody who's gayer than me. What does that mean? You know, like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, and like, actually, heated rivalry will be relevant to this conversation, because I was watching episode 3 like a week or so ago. Episode 3 pissed me off so bad. Number one, because like, why are you taking? I hated episode 3. Episode 3 made my ass itch, because number one, why are you taking attention off of my main 2 toxic girl? I'm here for the toxic girlies meeting up in the shower after practice. I don't care about the barista and you going back and forth. So basically, to spoil it, episode 3 is like a rom-com episode about one of the other DL players who runs into this barista who is an openly gay man. And
no,
like,
he was closeted, not
yeah.
DL, closeted. Yes, let's make that clear.
You know what? Thank you for checking me. That is correct. Yeah. Closeted,
that
not
was a
DL.
Closeted man, not DL, because he planned to come out. He wants to come out. He's very comfortable with coming out. He just can't do it because of work.
Let's acknowledge the overlap of, like, I think a lot of DL men think that they're closeted. I think a lot of DL men are like, they'll be like, I'll come out when this is time, and this is time. And like, men wait so long, and their partner's like, you know what, babe, I'm almost 35. Like, let's wrap this up. Like, I gotta do something else. So anywho, but like, yes, I'll say closeted. This closeted player on the team, and we watch the episode from his perspective, and he meets this barista who is openly gay, and I roll my eyes at that, and I'll explain why later. And they just kind of start dating and have this kind of typical, you know, kind of romantic relationship you would see in a movie. And I think what made me upset about it, aside from the fact that like they got off the main 2 girlies who I was watching for, was I'm like, 2 things. One, white, straight, masculine, fit, presenting, rich, all of these things. And it is still, like, the homophobia was still like, dang, this could ruin my hockey career. And I could never work out. And I'll also say that heated rivalry is like, at this point, a period piece, because isn't it like 2008 and then 2014? So this was like pre-gay marriage too. So I'll give them that as well. That homophobia shit was really powerful. And these are like 2 white men. 2 white rich men, like ooh, and that homophobia.
2 white men, so that was in a liberal city as well.
In a liberal city, and I feel like that's really. So I'm like, well, if the white rich masculine men can't come out, girl, what are the poor black, you know, queer people? What are we gonna do? Okay, if the homophobia is kicking that back, we might not stand a goddamn chance. So that was one observation I made. The other observation that made me angry was, it's never us. The Donnies of the world never get to have this. And what I mean by that is, most gay people, the relationship in episode 3 is the standard. The model of what that relationship looks like is the standard. 2 men, both white, both masculine, both muscly, and they're just in a relationship. And to be crass, the one who's the bottom is a little bit shorter and has a gay lisp. But other than that, is like mostly masculine. And like, that's it. And like, that's like, you know, and like, that relationship is a real thing that exists and it has its place. But that is not everybody's goddamn, that's not everybody's relationship model. And the black femme people, or the black butch queens, or hell, even the other black masked people will never get this experience on screen, even though I could think of plenty of people of color that this has happened to. You know,
Yeah.
like, you know, and this is not, again, this is not to shade Heated Rivalry. I'm a watch. I think the episode drops tonight. I'm a watch. Okay, so no shade to Heated Rivalry. We can talk about people shading Heated Rivalry in a different episode. But I'm just saying, like, this experience of one size fits all, mask for mask, like you need to look like this and this and that to be happy. It's not a real thing, child, and we need to let that go.
I think the media that we watch enforces that a lot. So it's really great that you're raising this. They just show us the same type of relationship, the same types of gender expressions in gay relationships as well. So a lot of us just grow up seeing that. A lot of us look around and just see that. So we think that's what our relationship should look like. And we don't consider all the many different circumstances why we may not end up with that. And when we don't get that, we just get angry and we become bitter and we start hating on people for how they present themselves. I think a lot of the frustration that masculine gays or mask for mask gays have against gay people like myself is because we're choosing to exist outside of that. Like, fuck it. I'm sorry.
You
Oh my God,
choose to exist outside of that and you still pull the men that they want. That's wild.
Exactly.
Like
so
you
them,
don't
like
do what they do, and
crazy.
you still pull men. And I think what these mask for mask gays don't understand is, I think it's easier for gay people like you or people like you in general to pull quote unquote trade or pull straight men, because the way that you express your gender, it already goes along with what these men think are attractive. You know, what did Todrick say? Nails, hair, hips, heels. If you got that, baby, that's half the battle. That's half the battle.
How you
and
get
then
them.
sometimes they'll reach in the pants. They feel, ooh, something extra's there. Do you want me to stop? Nah, keep going. That's more common than you think. That's more
Very common.
I don't think I told my trade story, did I?
No, we're waiting on that. The people want to know.
No, the people want to know. It's less of a full story because I don't think I've ever hooked up with this guy. But long story short, a man approached me on the Mask app. You know what app I'm talking about. He approached me,
we do.
and he showed me his picture. I was like, oh, he's fine or whatever. And he was like, you want a link? I was like, yeah. But then he changed his mind because he was like, oh, my girlfriend might actually pop up and go home. And I was like, ooh. I don't have time to fight your girlfriend, sir. I don't have time to fight her. But like, and men like that approach me, like, not to be flexing, but men approach me like that every other day. So that was not nothing new. And honestly, whether or not I engage with these men really depends on how bad I need to roll around in a bed with somebody. If it's been a minute, I may be like, you know what? Girl, fuck your girlfriend. Move over. Like, I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't know, people be like, you do. Like, yes, girl, I fuck other people's men sometimes. I do. Like, because, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't care. And if I can fuck him, that's not your man for real anyway. Anywho. Yeah. So, I was texting him, right? And we were on Instagram. We moved to Instagram. And I put that disappear mode shit on because he was being, I was like, you know what? Maybe he'll be more comfortable if I put on the disappear mode on Instagram. So I put the disappear mode on, and then he started really texting me for real. And then we have this interaction, and it shocked me, it gagged me. I mean, it made me feel like everything I knew was a lie in the world. I couldn't screenshot it because I knew if I screenshotted it, that he would know, because in the disappear mode on Instagram, it'll let you know that if you screenshot. So luckily I had my other phone, and I took a picture of the screen with my other phone.
Messy.
Because yes, I do. Yeah, yes, I do this. I'm messy. Okay, I sent you the screenshot on Instagram.
Oh my god, this is so messy.
I wanted your live reaction.
Okay, I got it. I'm opening it. I'm reading it. Oh, so where did it go from here?
We've never spoken again. Like, ever. And for those who are wondering what was said, now I will not be putting it on screen. This is a private individual, but I will read what was said. I will read what was said. I said, hey, he said, hey, I'm like, so when we gonna link? He said, shit, tonight or tomorrow. And then he said, quick questions. Are you trans? I said, are you asking if I have are you asking if I have a cooter? Are you asking if I have a coochie? Are you asking if I have a, like, really? And he was like, yes. And I'm like, no, I'm a boy. And I thought that was clear. I thought that it was clear that I was a boy. Like, is it okay that I'm a boy? Like, and, you know, from this conversation, he was like, yeah, it's cool that you a guy or whatever. But, like, I just feel like that blew my mind because we met on Grindr. Like, I mean, I have boy in the bio, you know, and then I look at my, you come on, follow us on my personal Instagram. He knows how I look. Like, I feel like I was giving man. I don't know. I mean, I know I have a little sugar in me, but like, I feel like big beard. I was just so perplexed.
Chaser.
And that's why I asked, I was like, are you asking if I have a coach? Because some people say I have really soft feminine features, so maybe he thought I was a trans man or something.
You do,
maybe he thought I was that. Like, maybe he thought that. And I'm not offended. Like, you know, shout out to the trans boys, like, y'all cool or whatever.
Shout out
like,
to our T-boys out there. Yeah.
Shout out to the T-boys, you know, we love y'all. But like, I was just like, dang, like, ugh. So in that moment, I'm like, I get the frustration of like, I mean, thank you, but also like, this is not giving what I thought I was giving.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ooh. Like, that
Does
shit
that
was
make
wild.
you question yourself, like, whenever that happens to you?
It does. And it would be like, so am I like attractive in the way that I want to be attractive?
Yeah.
Like, is it giving what I want it to give?
And I thought I was giving something else.
Right. And it's like, did I fail at performing my gender?
Right. I feel that way all the time.
Because, like, I think it's so hard. In one way, it's so hard to be a butch queen. And not to say that, like, it would be easier one way or another. But sometimes I do feel like my queer life would be easier if I did lean more one way to the other. Because, like, even in these Pop the Balloons, 9 times out of 10 on the game Pop the Balloons, it's all butch queens poking at each other because they're either too masked or too femme or this and that, even though, like, the point of being a butch queen is that you're in the balance. I think most people want to put you in a masculine or feminine box. So I think for feminine gays, I think, like, that's just kind of simple and easy. Because a lot of times, my dating life looks like, oh, I thought that I was clear. I wanted somebody masculine, and like, you clearly are not masculine. And people will say that because of, like, I'll have an accessory, I'll have a necklace or an earring or something on. I'm like, that's not masculine. No. Or I will I'll fucking be talking to somebody and they'll be like, I want a femme. I want somebody feminine. And it's like, okay, but I just got told earlier today I was feminine, so why am I not feminine now? And then, oh, well, you have a beard, so that's not feminine. I want somebody soft and smooth and feminine with, like, hair and makeup. And it's like, okay, so it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, I can't. There's always something about me that someone is not gonna vibe with because of their preference on masculinity or femininity.
This is an experience that I did not know was happening because I don't think a lot of butch queens talk about what they go through. So thank you for sharing that. Like, that's so eye-opening. It's like you're stuck in the middle
that
and
shit
oscillating
be so annoying. I'll be like, ooh, you will find shit. And then they'll be like, and I'll look at their bio and they'll say, I like femme. Like, now, when I see people say, I like femme or I like mask, I don't interact with either of those people because I know that they're not gonna like me based on something about my appearance. And, like, it's not that I'm ugly. I know I'm not ugly at all. I'm far from that. No. It's just that people have preferences and they feel like this one part of you is clearly masculine, this other part of you is clearly feminine, and I want one. I just want one thing. And then when you talk to more masculine, and this is another reason why I prefer other gay men and butch queens and not straight men, because a lot of times when you talk to straight men, they want to treat you like a girl. And, like, I know a lot of gay people are like, yeah, that's hot. No, to me, that's not hot because that's not me. They'll be like, oh, like, can I give you money? And if I give you money, like, would you put lingerie on? Would you put, like, a bra and panty set on? And it's like, no, because I'm not interested in
what do you think this is?
I'm not interested in that, sir. No.
Go find somebody else to do it.
And they just think, oh, you have a soft, pretty, feminine voice, and like you like are feminist, so like you should just want to do these things. And it's like, no, it's not how that goes. It's not how that goes. It's not how that goes.
Not at all.
So that's what I find so difficult is people who just want to put you in a box as a butch queen. It's like, no, I'm a butch queen, so no.
It's like, be a boy. Be this. Be a girl. Who gonna be the girl?
Like,
be a boy. It's like, oh, you can never win.
Like, you can't win. You can't win. You can't win, child.
You really can. Whoa. Okay.
So like,
going back. Oh no, continue. Yes.
I was gonna say, is there a Donnie update? How is Donnie doing? Has Donnie found love? Do we know?
I don't think there's a Donnie update or anything that I found from it. I just think
there's the chat
like
now.
all internet drama, it just disappeared. People forgot about it. People moved on. So unfortunately, nothing got resolved. I don't think much education happened either. I mean, a lot of the people that we follow that are very prominent did raise excellent points on it, but are the straight people watching Dominique's videos? Are they watching Cat Black's videos? Are they learning anything from those? I don't think so. So it was like the outrage happened in the straight world, and a lot of like the resolution and the educating happened in our world, and it was only shown to our people. So it's like there wasn't much progress made, and
it was pretty much like
another Donnie.
It was pretty much like, when it comes to our community, it's always like two bad bitches telling each other exactly, and not like us actually crossing over and reaching to see. Because the people who thought Donnie should have gotten shot up and killed don't care what Cat Black has to say.
Exactly.
They just don't. They just don't, child.
And it's
but
because they want to be in our business. Yes.
In conclusion, what do you feel like you learned the most from this Donnie situation that either you can apply to your own life, or like just going forward, like what you would do, or is it just like you just feel seen by the situation?
For me, it was genuinely like, yeah, I get you, sis. Like, that is just a regular occurrence, and it sucks that it happened to you. Unfortunately, you brought it to the internet where a lot of people aren't going to understand you, or will go out of their way to misunderstand you, and you will just never win, unfortunately. And I think what it has taught me is keep your business to yourself. Like you said, when you were like, oh, if it was me, I would have put it on a closed story, like on a close friend story. I think Donnie should have done that, unfortunately, because nothing productive came out of that at all. So that's what I've learned. What have you learned?
I learned that straight people they're not interested in being allies. They don't really care what we have to say. So I'm gonna spend less time trying to like reach out and educate, and more time just like being in community with the people that I'm in community with. And I think I even learned that like there are queer people and trans people that are not on our side. Like there is a queer version of skin folk are not kinfolk.
Yes.
Because there were definitely trans people being like, "Ooh, girl, Donnie, yeah, you should have disclosed," or gay men being like, "Yeah, you should have disclosed," and this and that, and like being more on the straight people side and say, "Oh, you lucky that you didn't get pew-pewed. You're lucky that you didn't get sent on to glory." And it's like, whose side are you on, sir? Who's in community? Who are you in community with? Who are you in community with?
Why are you saying that? Looking the way that you look.
And I also think that I was happy that the discourse was happening, because I really wanted people to see what happens. Like I'm a huge Cat Black fan, and Cat Black often talks about experiences she has being at a club. Some man comes up to her and wants to touch up and feel up on her and touch her up between her legs, and like, what happens with that? And a lot of people just say disclose, and not be like, so what do I do when I'm in public and you are attracted to me? I can't help that. And I like that a situation like that happened in real time and people really know like that happens. And I foolishly, naively thought that people would say, oh, you know what, that is kind of crazy. You can't help how you look, you know, so, but no, it was the opposite and they disappointed me, so.
Yeah. I also think telling people, because one of the points that were made were, you know what, like these men just need to look for the signs. Because Donnie said that, oh, like, you know, I'm broad-shouldered, I'm flat-chested, I have, you know, a very sharp jaw, like he should have known. But it's like, that is you telling straight people to judge somebody or assume somebody's presentation and sexuality based on like arbitrary features is a little bit harmful, because they're all women that look exactly like Donnie, right?
Yeah, there are cis women that look like Donnie.
Exactly. For me, I think that's how I was operating for the longest time, because I would think I'm very flat-chested. Like a lot of these men would look at me, and oftentimes I would see their eyes go down to my chest, and they would go, "Oh, okay, that's how it goes." So when I had that, you know, little situation with the white guy, I thought that was going to be like a similar situation where you're even sitting right next to me. Like you're definitely picking up a lot of the things that I think you should be picking up, but it just completely went over his head, because in the real world, real people aren't looking at that. To them, it's like, you're pretty. I want to hit. Like, I'm going to ask you out. I'm going to dance with you. I'm going to go out with you. And that's it. People just need to be really realistic about how the real world operates. And nobody is walking around with a little checklist in their head to go, oh, big boobs, woman, no boobs, man. Like, nobody's doing that.
And then you could be like me, because I do indeed have big boobs. And like, you know, people look at me and like, oh, are you a girl? Like, I think I remember when I was in middle school, and this was like right on the cusp of puberty happening for me. I remember these girls came up to me, this group of black girls, and they were like, and it was like, I was kind of standoffish, but like not really. But I was just kind of I was a kid. I just like to be alone sometimes. I think I was alone waiting to get picked up from middle school, and these group of girls come up to me, and I feel like in their minds they were like, "Oh, look at her, she's alone, and we always see her alone. Like, let's just go and be nice and try to chit and chat and talk." And they were like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm like, "Hi." They're like, "Oh, so like, you know, you seem cool. You go here a lot?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's middle school. We all go here a lot." And she tries to compliment me, and she's like, "Oh, I like your shaved head. I think the shaved head looks really pretty on a girl." And I'm like, "I'm not a girl." And they gagged. They gagged. They were like, "Oh my God, you're not a girl." I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I'm a boy. Like, I can prove it. Like, I'm not a girl."
They were like, oh, she's serving that bald head realness.
Like, they thought I was just giving Grace Jones. They just thought I was like, oh, you giving Okoye. Like, you just... But I'm just like,
You
no,
giving us a little Amber Rose.
I'm just
You
like,
doing
no,
your
baby,
thing.
I just have a shaved head because I'm a boy. Like, I get a ball fade. Like, it's okay. They were shocked.
Exactly.
So, you know...
And that's the real world for you.
That was just, you know. But this was a cute conversation. I think that Khumo might have to come around more often, because I think there are a lot of different conversations. There were a lot of different like branch offs that I feel like could have been their own episodes.
That could have been, you know, very tightened up and had their little own moments. I agree. Definitely agree.
So 2026, we definitely have to have you back soon.
Hopefully something happens, because there's always some shenanigans happening.
Oh, there are a lot of shenanigans going on, and child, don't think I forgot about that heated rivalry shit, because I'm still watching that situation develop.
Baby, I'm taking my notes down, you know. Might want to turn that into a little something. We might come back here and discuss it.
You might want to turn that into a little video essay or something, okay? Because
hopefully, don't hold me to it.
The girls are fighting.
The girls are at each other's throats, and it's a conversation that we've been having for the longest time. So it's funny to watch it unfold again and again and again and again.
Again and again and again and again. It's like, okay.
We
but
get it.
I don't think that conversation will ever end until people are just honest about what's really going on. But hey, that's not this episode. Let me shut my mouth. So guys, as always, this has been Maxwell Media Inc. I am your host, Sir Maxwell. So, and let the power protect you. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.